So he now needs to be here. He can do as many camps as he wants until this wave starts crashing. When this wave starts crashing, it's his responsibility to be here. Hecarim can be flamed if he's not here on that timer. That's when Botlane says, hey, jungle, what are you doing? Welcome back to Jungle Gap. So recently, on my YouTube feed, I came across a video by Coach Eeks, Challenger Coach reacts to Team Dantes getting coached. And I kind of wanted to make my own reaction video to some of the things that are being spoken about. I do respect Eeks, and that's why I'm reacting to his video, because I want to get his opinion and also react to what he's saying as well. I think he's one of the few coaches that, actually kind of knows what he's talking about. I agree with a lot of stuff that he says in this game, but I also have some of my own opinions as well. So this is just going to be, Challenger Coach reacts to Challenger Coach reacts to Team Dantes getting coached. What's up, everyone? I'm Coach Leo, also known as Babip. I've been a professional jungler for the past 6 years, played at Worlds 4 times, and have plenty of coaching experience. If you're interested in fast-tracking your learning and achieving your desired rank, book a private coaching session or join the community by heading over to the Jungle Gap Discord, which will be in the description below. And this is obviously going to be more on the entertainment side. I understand that this is also for entertainment purposes, a lot of this stuff that's probably going to be said in this video. But I just thought it would be, I just wanted to give my opinion on some of the things being spoken about.
First of all, it's already bad, no?
Oh no, he's coaching. Wait, hang on a second. Oh, it's these. Why are they not trying?
So if we quickly talk about even just the team comps in this game, right? Obviously on the blue side for Team Dantes, we have a team comp that kind of needs to snowball early. I wouldn't say that they can get outscaled, but I would say what's important in this game is obviously playing around the Draven and the Nort lane into the Zeri Janna lane. This has very good gank setup. It should be volatile. We should be trying to get Draven ahead. In the top matchup, I don't know. I feel like Aurelia is just getting kind of minimized by the Gragas pick. The jungle matchup is whatever. Lee Sin adds some kind of 2v2 power at level 6, especially against the Tilia. But mostly with this team comp, what we're looking to do is kind of stack dragons, play towards bot, make sure that bot lane can not really play the game. That's my first kind of thoughts going into this game, just looking at the drafts.
Trying to cheese Zeri and Janna, by the way.
Should be playing on this bush and playing contested lane.
Okay, it doesn't matter though. Like we still stomped lane, right?
No, but you're playing really bad. Like this now.
Okay, so we're already talking about kind of the positioning of the support in this game. I mean, I do agree. They should be getting zoned off. Any kind of hook, Draven will instantly win with double axes here. That's what they should be playing for. I wouldn't say it's a small detail. Even if they still won lane, the point is that when you do a review like this, you should review every small detail. Because all the small details really add up, and that's what makes the difference between a really good team, really good players, really good teamwork versus not. So everything kind of adds up.
Should be fronting at them and you
Okay, cool. So get to the main point. We won lane. Just get to the main point. Doesn't matter.
It is.
Bro, why are they so defensive? Why is the Nort not in the brush, bro? Chris is 100% right, man. Why the Nort standing like AFK? Bro, they're still the same team because they think like these little mistakes don't matter. You know what I mean? They literally think there's like some overarching macro concept or like one bit of advice that's going to change everything.
It is
Yeah, totally agree with Eeks. Exactly. Like there probably is more important things, right? But everything matters. Even if it's the smallest thing, like Nautilus not posturing up to land hooks. Everything matters.
Should be over in 10 minutes. Look at how they're playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You sprint behind the.
I don't know if games should be over in 10 minutes, but the point is we're trying to snowball, get soul, and win the game. Maybe before the Zeri and Janna scale. I just think if they had like an actual decent enchanter champion, if this game goes to late game, it could be trouble, obviously, right? If we don't actually snowball. I think Nautilus kind of is like similar scaling to Janna, even though Janna's an enchanter. Kind of see that champion as kind of useless. But Janna does provide some decent things in this game with a Zeri. Obviously, she can have really great peel for kind of the dive comp that blue side have. All their champions are basically dive champions, except for maybe Tilia. So Janna has kind of a place in this game, which means, yeah, this game, if it gets to 30 minutes with Zeri scaling, if it's 0-0-0, it could definitely be very scary.
Lane level 1 because you have double access and they can't play. Sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll just watch.
Yeah, and I believe this is Coach Seal in this video. And yeah, what he's saying so far, I definitely also agree with.
Cool. Yeah, of course I didn't. I don't need to. Look at this. Congrats.
One thing I would say is that although Hecarim obviously he does want a full clear, when we have this stacking wave happening bot, I would say that even though they obviously do this 2v2, but communicating in pro play, communicating these stacked waves into a tower is very important to do as a team. Because I think Dantes, obviously he wants to take 2 points Q, he wants to full clear. Maybe this could be just like a Hecarim thing. But, you know, when he's pathing to his Raptors here, I think it's very, like, acceptable that he takes E here and actually looks to punish using his priority to either invade or dive the bot. So I think this was a detail that was missed here. Again, yeah, we're playing Hecarim, so we're probably going to just do 6 camps, but this is definitely important. And that's, even when you're playing Hecarim, I think it's still worth going for. Just, I mean, playing for the invade, playing with the advantage that you have, which is this bot lane right now.
Need to. Look at this. Ah, congratulations. Very good.
Okay, so they dive.
Your
How do you
pinpoint
dive
was
this?
irrelevant thing ever. They would never walk up level 1 anyways.
Okay, but
Okay, they kind of botch this dive a little bit. Let's see what everyone
Oh
says
my
about
God,
it.
Wudon, it's you. Tarzan is Wudon in disguise. They would never walk up level 1 anyways. How do you know that? And if they don't walk up level 1 and they're under tower, you just full zone them.
and he's commenting on everything. He's not just gonna like pick out one thing and say it. Just like let him make his comments.
I already think just the fact that Dantes is not involved in these plays is kind of like incompetitive. I mean, in solo queue, I can completely understand if you're playing the Hecarim, right? You don't want to just like sacrifice yourself for the potential of something not going exactly how it can in competitive. But when you have 5 people playing together on the same team, communicating what you have and what you could potentially do is very important. So I even think, even as Hecarim level 3 here, this is the most important thing in this game. This is more important than Hecarim getting his 6 camp off, right? These kind of plays. So the bowling does it anyway, right? And Lee Sin shows up. And another thing, yeah, to note here is that on this stacked wave, right? Even if Lee Sin is here, if the best team in the world, if like an LPL team is playing this, right? This game, this is why these drafts don't exist in LPL, right? This is why this doesn't happen, is because what can happen here is, you know, mid pushes, jungler 3 camps and dives bot on the stacked wave. Boom, game is over. Because even if Lee Sin shows up here, when you have Talia and Hecarim here, guess what? They're also just dead. So communicating the stacked wave was the #1 priority in all of these plays.
Very good.
And now let's actually see how the dive actually plays out, right?
How you
So-
disguise they would them.
Just like and he's commenting on everything. He's not
Okay,
just gonna
so-
like pick out one thing and say it. Just like let him make his comments.
I think I should have.
Like I said, Hecarim being here, it's just game over as well.
I think was going on Jenna there proper for me.
Okay, so what's going on Janna proper here? Okay, so usually when you do dives, the Nautilus should not care about his life here. The whole process of this dive here is #1, you go for priority targets, right? So the first priority target, which is already dead, which is Zeri, this is something we should be going for first. Now, the second priority over Janna and Lee Sin. The second priority is obviously the Lee Sin, right? Obviously, as well, Lee Sin can potentially buffer his W on the Naut hook or the Naut auto attack. So if Nautilus auto attacks the Lee Sin here, he can jump, buffer it. Talia uses his abilities here. Lee Sin lives. That would be not good. But I think the priority target here is Lee Sin, right? We want to kill Lee Sin to deny these minions because, you know, if we kill Lee Sin, Nautilus tanks, and Janna gets the kill on the Naut here, we don't care about that because we're denying the important, you know, enemy champions. In this dive, we want to deny Zeri #1 and Lee Sin #2. So we should just walk up to the Lee Sin here, ignore the Janna, auto attack Q the Lee Sin, Talia holds his abilities for this, and one-shots the Lee. If you feel like the Lee Sin could buffer the W, obviously Nautilus can also just use Flash.
Here now should tank. Good.
I'm
Yeah, of
surprised
course
he
not
goes
to tank.
on Janna, by the way, and not Lee.
I do
think not.
think
And again, Eags also has the right idea here. You should be looking for the priority targets.
Yeah, but you should never queue.
Does he have Q here? So he's gonna
You
order.
should never queue. I think always it's just auto queue into Talia knock up. I think if you just use not passive, yes, there is that one very small second where the enemy can flash. If you're not instantly pressing W of course
Q,
it should
yeah.
still land the Talia WE. It should still land on this Janna here. He was late, but it should never be like. It should always just be not auto queue and not caring about dying, and it should be on the Lee Sin.
Like I would go for Lee, you know. He also has Flash, bro. Like this should just be auto
Yeah,
and Q the Lee.
Agree with
does he
Eags
go
on
for
this one.
Janna? Bro, these guys are so.
Because the
Why not-
Janna is just not important. If you kill the Janna here and Lee Sin gets a kill and then cleans up the wave, that's just not
just auto and Q
you know, you're
Half
not
HP.
you're not dealing as much damage as you potentially could to this game.
jungler and one-shot him. Just flash auto Q, no? I don't know his Q cooldown though. If you hit someone on Nort, right, it goes for like 8 seconds, yeah?
For me,
No, here now.
And then like Talia is literally running away in the other direction, bro.
Should tank. Good.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Talia's
yeah.
combo here was slightly late, right?
Talia is
It could have
literally
been
running
slightly
away in the
earlier,
other
but I
direction,
mean,
bro.
Should tank. Good.
really what it should be is Lee, auto Q, Lee Sin insta dies, we don't care about Janna. That's what it
So
should be.
bad, man. Like no one pings either, you know what I mean? Like no one's pinging Lee Sin. If you go watch like the top pro games guys, like just go and watch, just look at the minimap. There are probably like 3, 5, 10 pings on the minimap every like 2-3 seconds.
I think pings could be important to get you on the same page. I'm not exactly sure how much pro teams actually use pings. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't really noticed that. But pings could get you on the same, you know, focusing the same target, pings can help with.
Like no one pings
Really what should be comped here is, okay, we should be let's go on Lee Sin, guys. I'm going to lead the gank with flash auto.
Lee Sin.
That's what Nautilus is saying. Usually the person with the utility tools are the people that are communicating the most.
He doesn't even know like how to combo a Nort.
So the Nautilus should be the one, whoever he goes on, obviously what's more important is that they're on the same page. So even if he goes on Janna here, he should be the one, the main voice of this play saying, okay, look at Janna, I'm going to auto Q. You know, get ready to follow.
Again, like I don't know his Q.
I'll
time.
tank auto Q.
Okay. Oh, he did have Q.
I think I should have.
Did he have Q?
I think was going on Jenna there proper. For me,
No, here now it should tank. Good.
So he auto W's, because I know W resets your auto attack and then Qs, bro. It just has to be auto and Q, man.
Yeah,
Auto
I agree.
Q, W auto attack. and
Doesn't
you
really
stand
matter
up
who you go on, right? Just go on the right
upside down,
target.
just walk
Okay, we're going to
Q
skip
and then
over
double
this
Janna
dive now because I think
with Talia.
it's kind of
Okay.
finished this
After a
play.
Nort this, and you just like hover your mouse over whoever Nort goes on, right? Just stand still, WE. Like
Yeah,
that.
Talia should be ready with the combo. It shouldn't really matter how you play it. This is kind of like,
Okay, the way you should play
she
here
can't flash immediately if you play properly.
is you should. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? But if you had Janna, you just
Why would you not go on Lee?
auto, and then you
Yeah,
walk out of range
I'm
and you
as
hold
surprised
them,
as
and then Draven's just hitting them.
you are,
And then you
Eeks.
drop aggro and
I
you
have no
read
idea.
That's how you should play. It doesn't matter.
There's something there's so much information we're missing here about like, who do we actually want to kill? Who is important to kill? Like, is Lee Sin gets the kill on Draven and he
Look at the
collects the
main
wave, right? He gets a double kill. So like Lee Sin now can actually kind of bridge the gap in the scaling, right? Lee Sin and Akali now, when Akali hits 6, they will win every single like mid jungle and they could potentially carry the game now. You know, red side are actually in a decent position now because Lee and Akali can actually bridge the gap between the scaling. I would say that this mistake is actually almost like game losing, or should be game losing for blue side. Because if you think about it, it should be expected that blue side gets some kind of advantage early, just from the draft alone, and that it's the red side's job to try and minimize bleeding as much as possible,
Point, okay.
which
It
they are
doesn't-
doing much better than blue side right now.
Matter, no crits. Keep doing it, bro. It does matter. It does matter, man.
Okay, of the game, because I think,
My bad on that tower dive, sorry.
and the level 1, and where you start in lane and your position and where you ward and everything, but it's fine.
Yep.
You stomp lane. This is good.
Oh my god, Dantes looks as if he's playing normally, bro. What's wrong with him?
So first of all, okay, Yamato, you say that you should be played to, right?
Yeah.
But why? This is your base timer, no?
Yeah, I'm going base now. no?
Okay.
Yeah, he bases the thing is Janna is actually holding this wave here, so that's something to
So
think
what's
about.
Jenna's point?
No, the problem was Jenna just barely catch the wave on like the crash. That was like the problem. But AC was like fine. Like I hold this wave. Look, this wave is like ultra.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
any bot can't play, right? Like this is like.
Okay, so they're holding a freeze now. This is good. Hecarim topside camps are spawning now. So in my opinion here, just even before knowing kind of what happens, I think the correct play here is Hecarim goes and clears his topside down, and they play on this freeze. Most ideally, they use this freeze to actually waste Lee Sin's time here and allow Hecarim to take as much of the topside camps as possible. Because the difference in competitive play as well and in pro play, yes, you can play on this freeze if you're stronger and you can fight in the wave, right? But Lee Sin actually just got 2 kills here. Obviously, yes, Draven is way stronger than the Zeri. So the thing about this freeze is that you're already winning. Okay, so Hecarim 100%, you could say maybe he runs straight here and plays off this freeze. I would disagree with that. I think he should part to top and clear down. The bot lane should use this freeze to make Lee Sin come here and unfreeze it. And in that time, Hecarim's just farming all the top side, and you play off your Hecarim's timer here for the dragon and the bot dive again. So again, we're just playing on this timer here. Hecarim needs to clear his top side, which is his weak side camps. He needs to clear all these camps, clear down. He should not waste like too much time top side. You know, he should never like look for a top gank. Yes, we're still gonna play on this this bot lane, right? But right now, bot lane's job is to hold this freeze, make the enemy think, okay, this is really unsafe. We're very pressured right now, but the blue side is already winning just from having this freeze. Blue side is winning. Hecarim should clear down. We should play for the bot dive again on the bounce, or if the enemy team is covering, you play for the dragon. Simple. That's it. That's all that should be done here. Now let's see what happens.
Where's my jungle, right? Where's my jungle?
Yeah, Hecarim should be.
Okay, classic Draven. Classic Draven. Where's my jungler? Doesn't really know how jungle works. Again, you could play on this freeze, but I would say it's low percentage. If Lee Sin goes there with his items right now, there's potential, right? Okay, Nautilus can never really hook in on this wave. If Lee Sin is sitting here, I think there's potential for this to be a throw. I really do. I think that the guaranteed play is Hecarim clearing down, playing for dragon, and using this freeze to make Lee Sin waste time and spend time here unfreezing it. Because that's, in pro play, you know, people are playing better. You know, the wave being big is an advantage here.
Hecarim should be bot, bro. What? And give up his whole
My reaction exactly.
Is that not going to be frozen the whole time? With that.
This is also how junglers, okay? This is also how junglers get comp tamed. I use this word called comp tamed because coaches, you know, kind of have their theory of, you know, what theoretically should be correct, and they go into very extreme detail about it. But here, Hecarim is never running straight bot here. Like I said before, for everything I've already stated. Just wait on your jungler's timing. It's that simple. Just wait on this timing. Dragon is spawning at 5 minutes. You have the chance to now, if they unfreeze this, your wave will start bouncing, slow build the wave, play off of waves in competitive, right? Let your jungler have downtime. If Lee Sin wastes time bot here, do you know how, does your bot lane has no idea how good that is for the game? You know, these players, they should be so happy when they see Lee Sin show up here, okay? It shouldn't be that they're angry. Oh, jungle gap. They should be so happy. They should be like, oh, wow. Hey, Hecarim, he's showing here. Okay, now I'm going to take this, and now I'm going to cross down and play on your bounce. You see this, right? So as a bot lane, you should be thinking, wow, nice. Lee Sin's wasting time here. My jungler is going to have his round here. Now he's going to play on our timer with the wave and the dragon spawning. Again, I am, you know, repeating myself, but this is something that's just so important to understand.
It's almost like they think it's not going to be frozen in like a minute's time. So hopefully Dante says that and he sticks up for him.
And yeah, they should keep this freeze for as long as they can because you should think the red team right now is under a lot of pressure. They're already winning. You're already winning the game. You don't need to like make the flip play. Yes, even if this play was like 60-40 onto the blue side, I don't think it is 60-40. I think it's way more like coin flip because of the Lee Sin got a double kill and there's a big wave. And Nautilus is hard to land his Q here. The advantage as well is that obviously they have sums. They have Naught Flash. So, okay, Naught Flash could change it, right? So there are these details that are part of the discussion. But still, you're winning automatically. There's no need to kind of like force anything here.
There's no way, bro. I am running bot here. I'll go top crab, Gromp walls.
I also don't care about the grubs this game at all. All I'm looking to do is punish these flashes on my timer. Looking at dragon, because that's my win condition. Yes, grubs could be nice this game, but really you just have an Aurelia that uses them. They're not really that part of that. They're not really that important. Really, all we should be playing for is getting soul as fast as we can, just to not give the enemy bot lane time to scale and the Gragas time to scale. And to use our wins, right? Our mid is pushing, our bot can push. We have control of all the waves, right? We have so many options. We just need to have a good game plan and to come together as a team, and teamwork is very important.
When I'm pathing towards top side and my threes on top side are gone, then I'll think about ganking bot.
I've learned.
Yeah, exactly. Clear. It's now time. Okay, your bot lane, your Hecarim used his tempo bot. Okay, now there's time for downtime. Always. Okay, there are some situations where you can run straight bot. If it's guaranteed 100%, you 100% get the kill. If Hecarim runs here, right, and they have a ward, whatever it is, they have a ward, he meets Lee Sin, whatever happens here, if Hecarim wastes time, it's extremely bad for the game. Because this is not his timer to go bot. He has nothing else to do on this side of the map. He's going to sit here like a ward, and this is how junglers get comp tamed by coaches. They say, oh yeah, run here, this is really good. No. This is really bad. Extremely bad.
Anything up bot side? You want me to just wait
No,
there for
but-
like a minute?
Yeah, good. Dantes, he has nothing else to do bot side, right? Nothing else. Is he just gonna wait there like a ward? No.
And a half?
I'm also glad that
Yes,
he says this.
bro. Yes, man. Oh,
Yeah,
there
I'm
we go.
clapping as well. I'm
No,
clapping
it's
as well.
fucking fine, but I'm just like saying generally, like this game.
And this kind of makes me get a bit passionate because as I was playing pro play, this is something that I had to deal with on many circumstances with laners, okay? So when you're playing jungle, this is for people who play in games, in competitive games with your team. You need to be the one that makes the calls. You need to be the leader of your team. You need to be the one that makes the plan. So when Dante's base is here, he says to his bot lane, again, I'm going to repeat myself. Bot lane, I'm going to have my weak side timer top. Don't worry, I'm not going to go and gank top. I'm not going to waste time. So if Hecarim ganks top here, then Draven can flame Hecarim, right? Then Hecarim's inting. Unless he obviously gets a free kill in Gragas, but still. If Hecarim does anything else but doing his topside camp scuttle and potentially Lee Sin's Raptors if Lee Sin shows bot, then Draven can flame him, right? But now Draven cannot flame Hecarim for just doing his weak side timers here on his camps.
should be
Because this is the correct way to play.
already over.
So it's top crab, Grub.
You can't sacrifice your Hecarim's game because Hecarim's a champion as well, okay? Just as much as it's the game is about Draven. It's not like he's playing Elise. It's not like he's playing, I don't know, Rel, Maokai, some utility champion. Hecarim is still a factor in this game that needs to be strong as well.
Wolves, and then he goes bot. Is the freeze not indefinite? It's going to be there forever,
Yeah,
right?
even if the freeze isn't indefinite, it has no, like, yeah, it's good if they freeze. If the enemy manages to break the freeze, it's still fine. You play on the bounce, you play on the stacking wave.
What are they talking about? So they want their jungler to go behind and just watch them freeze when the jungler can still be ahead and do the same thing.
Yeah,
like
agree.
Everyone can like win here.
Like a different jungle champ, for example.
A different.
Different jungle champ. Yeah, okay. So, true. Okay, true. But still, if you weigh up what we've already talked about here, it makes more sense if it was a different jungler. But if you weigh up what we're actually talking about here, Elise can also still be here. And now you're looking to play fast, okay? So if Elise shows up here, skips his whole top side, right? That's a whole different circumstance. He's looking to clear the wards. We're looking to push and dive. Really fast play. You can't let Elise here and be your ward. Okay, that's not how the game works. She needs to have some kind of value in her tempo.
Jungle champ changes nothing, man. Like, holy shit. They think it's like so.
Yeah, it doesn't really change anything, but it does change kind of the potential plays that you can make. Like I just said, if it was Elise, the dive becomes a lot easier, a lot better compared to Hecarim. Again, everything is depends on the circumstances. It does change a little bit.
So different, bro. Go and tell me Canyon CS per minute on Sejuani and Pro. Is it 7? It's 7, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're never running
What
here
about-
with Sejuani, of course. I mean, Sejuani is a utility champion, but I see what Eags is saying. This is also because Canyon's playing at literally the top level. And when you play at the top level, as I've just said this entire time, when you're already winning, it's up to Lee Sin to break this freeze. And Canyon knows that, so Canyon is going to say, okay, you can do that, Canyon. And it's all about getting the small advantages, the small guaranteed advantages. Okay, Canyon says, you can do that play. Good job. I'm going to go take your Raptors, and I'm going to win slowly but surely. I'm going to take every single guaranteed play. I think that's the big difference here.
Maokai, is it 7? It's 7, bro.
But even with a different jungler.
Yeah,
champ,
of
like,
course. Different junglers, you're still going to cycle camps, and you still care about having an actual game. You're not just, you're not just like Draven's pet this game.
I can't just sit.
Yes. Oh, bro, maybe he did.
Yeah, you
read the
can't just sit
messages,
bot.
man. Maybe he did, bro. This is it.
Bot for a minute and a half and do nothing, you know?
No, I think you don't do nothing though.
But
I mean, this game and other champions, he definitely does do nothing. Unless he was playing on like a fast player on this wave to dive, he definitely is doing nothing.
half and do nothing, you know?
The only play I can see here by going bot is playing for a dive. Another thing, okay. So another thing about building waves and stacking waves is that the stacking wave is a guaranteed play. So if I just go back here, let's say, for example, instead, Hecarim is coming out of base here, and this wave is stacking and pushing towards the enemy, and Botlane has complete wave control. This essentially means that you have a guaranteed play here to gain something. Hecarim's time is not wasted. So if this wave was stacking, right, it means that you either take the dragon, because for whatever reason you think the dive is bad, because Lee Sin's covering or whatever it is, you're going to use this wave for something. At least then Hecarim's tempo is not wasted. Ideally, though, again, in competitive with teamwork, Hecarim farms his bot side, Bot lane communicates, my wave is stacking. So now Hecarim knows to sync up his tempo. So he now needs to be here. He can do as many camps as he wants until this wave starts crashing. When this wave starts crashing, it's his responsibility to be here. Hecarim can be flamed if he's not here on that timer. That's when bot lane says, hey, jungle, what are you doing? Right? We have this big advantage here, but we're not using it. And that's the big difference, you know, teamwork, calling your stacking wave when it's here. You know, as much in advance as possible, bot lane says, okay, jungle, I'm stacking my wave here. We're gonna look to dive or do dragon on 3 waves. Okay, how much? Okay, jungle says, okay, I have enough time to do 2 camps, and then I'm gonna skip my bot side and come and dive. Okay, jungle, you have more time to do camps, right? Okay, I can do 3 camps and skip. Oh, I can do 4 camps and skip. Whatever the timer is for as many camps as Hecarim can do, he just needs to be here when the wave is crashing. That's it. That's all the in pro play at the highest level, this is how it works.
These guys are cooked. These guys. Why is Tarzan not saying anything here about jump?
I was thinking the same thing. Tarzan here is never ever running bot, you know, because he knows how to play greedy from solo queue. There's just no way that he's ever piling bot here.
By the way,
I mean,
You should always farm these camps.
That's why over here, like,
Okay. My point is in solo queue, you should always farm these camps.
okay. So from what I've just discussed, okay, there are going to be more opportunities and it's going to be more risky to do this bot play in solo queue, right? Because you don't have the same level of communication. You don't have the same level of like planning. In solo queue, your bot lane could be stacking a wave here, but they could just completely int it, right? They could int it, they could mess up their wave, they could do multiple things, which makes going top here, more acceptable in solo queue, right? In competitive, yes, it opens up more opportunities, but still here, unless you're actually communicating that as a team and you're making a team play here for everyone to play on this wave, it's no different to solo queue. You should always, play for the guaranteed play. In that aspect, it's the same as solo queue and competitive.
oh shit! I should put face cam on, man. Right, head in the hands, bro. Pro play is so different.
And it seems Iggs does not agree with what Seal is saying.
Let's have a look at how pro play is different here. Okay, is this tower here in solo queue? Is it here or not? I think it is, right?
It is.
The practice tool. Does blue buff spawn here at 1:30? And
it does.
Every 5 minutes after you take it? I think it does, right? Okay, it does.
So there are some things that are the same, but I can see where Iggs is going here. Yes, the game is the same, but it is very different in terms of like the potential plays that you can make.
Wait, hang on. Let's have a look. Okay, top laner. Okay, so this is like a pro game in inverted.
Because in solo queue, you never want to rely on your teammates. That's the only difference, right? In comp, you can make plans to actually rely on your teammates because, you're making plans. They're not just going to randomly go and flash in. They're going to wait for you, right? Hopefully, in competitive. That's what it should be. That's the difference.
There's a top laner. There's a top laner here. These junglers have smite. Oh, they do all that matters. 2 people bot as well. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to skip through a little bit.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, it is the
crazy,
same.
Bro. So what's the logic in that? Like, isn't that freeze going to be indefinite? Camps won't. My top camps are gone. I can still do whatever I want to bot here after I get rid of my 3's top. Let's listen to it anyway, chat. Here we go.
Because you're playing for 6, right?
okay.
You're playing. But in competitive, if Lee Sin tries to fight you 3v3, it's a Draven with BF sword at 4.
Okay, I mean, I already went over this, so I don't really need to give my opinion any further. It's still on the low percentile play compared to the one that I've been talking about.
Lee Sin fights you 3v3. He's
Because Lee Sin also has a massive fighting advantage over the Hecarim.
not going to fight. The Lee Sin is going to be level 3 the entire game if he does that all.
Hecarim also doesn't have Ghost, I think. I don't know if he used Ghost or not. Ghost is also very important for Hecarim in terms of like fighting power.
Poor because he's got killed.
Minutes, and you can play like now. Can play behind the wave, and if you're bot, they can't fight you 3v3 anywhere, and you have mid prior. This is already GG.
The only thing, okay.
It's GG if we do the slow play. That's the real GG.
Okay, so like the only point you would make here, right, that's bad for them is if like Lee Sin lane ganks, yeah? That's the only thing that's bad here. So like if Nautilus lands a Q, Lee Sin shows up, it's bad, right? They break the freeze and they might get back in game as Zeri has.
Yeah, like I said, right? They break the freeze. Your bot lane should be happy. Your bot lane should be cheering. Okay, they break the freeze. You waste Lee Sin's time. Hooray! Like Draven should be celebrating. Hey, I used my pressure as a champion to get Lee Sin's tempo, right? Me picking not Draven this game is allowing my Hecarim to get a substantial CS lead, which is also a win condition because he's playing Hecarim. Okay, he's a carry as well. Obviously, in competitive, it's more likely that you play utility, and it's kind of the meta, right? But in these kind of I don't know what level these games are. It's kind of more amateur. Dantes is very good champion master of Hecarim. He is also win condition. He's also a threat to carry this game. Okay, so you're picking these champions to win jungle. That's how also you can think about it. Now Hecarim has time to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Bot lane bouncing. Now we play on this bounce. We dive them and we take dragon. This is how the flow of the game should go.
That's kill. That's the only thing, bro. It's real, but landing a Q on Nord is difficult because Lee Sin, like, is probably active, right? With his kills and stuff, and he...
Yeah, fighting in the wave. Disadvantages. There are disadvantages to this play that I don't think Blue Side understands right now. And I don't think Seal understands that this could potentially go wrong for Blue Side. Whereas if they just played like my play, there is no downside. It's just winning.
He died. So I'm guessing, like, Lee Sin died and he's running back on map with, like, gold defense. So Lee Sin could definitely think about just running straight bot and just waiting for Nord to...
Also, freezing is also... I mean, potentially if this was closer to the dragon, I think Lee Sin running to this wave, unfreezing it, and then looking for the dragon is also a play he could potentially make. So also freezing in bad times can also be bad. We shouldn't really be looking to hold this freeze for a very long time. Right now it's okay, but we want to also play for objectives, which is diving bot and taking dragon. Again, this is so important. Stacked wave. We have complete wave control, right? Enemy team cannot really touch the wave. So every single stacked wave that we have bot, we should be playing off. Dive, number 1 priority. Secondary priority, Lee Sin covers the dive. Invade camps. Third priority, dragon. This is the order of the priority that we should be looking for here.
All Nord is doing is just standing here, that's it. And you're just spacing Janna like auto attacks and spells. That's all you're doing here.
Yep.
You just wait until your jungler gets there.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, but so
You
like,
need to...
yeah, so yeah,
Our
so,
jungler should bounce off the bot here. I disagree with that.
Yeah, okay. Finally, Tarzan speaks up.
So, bro,
Of course.
finally.
so yeah, but so my comment is this though. Like my comment is that over here, bot can just hold the freeze anyways, and it's not like Lee Sin can do anything.
Lee Sin can do something, but again, it should get punished by Hecarim taking the top side things. He shouldn't take Krugs. This is too much. Just Raptors. Raptors, Scuttle. Now, after Raptors and Scuttle, can he take more camps? Depending on the timing of this wave that's bouncing out, you know, we're not rushing to play on this freeze. We're just going to let Hecarim do 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 camps here. As long as the map doesn't get split, right? So if the map gets split, obviously it's awful. But whatever time it takes for Hecarim to do this, and then make it back to his Raptor spawn, or play on the bot wave, this is insane for Hecarim. Now he's going to hit level 6 off of all of this. And it's just unplayable for the enemy team if Hecarim actually gets to do that. And this is the biggest thing that was missing here, about the fact that if Lee Sin goes to unfreeze this, it's actually still a very big win for the blue side.
Finally, man. Finally, we've got there. Also, Dantes is playing Hecarim, so I'm guessing he's... When he plays Hecarim, bro, he actually plays, like, really good. I've seen him play, like, perfectly against Tarzan and stuff. So hopefully his...
Yeah, champion mastery. When people have a lot of games on a champion, it kind of shows.
Like...
And it's one of the most important things.
High
Understanding how your champion works and the identity.
elo jungle brain is kicking in here, you know? And Tarzan as well.
If I'm bot and they have vision, which they do, and we don't have any like control wards or anything like that to like see
Yeah, so we're not making it guaranteed, right? He's saying, basically saying is that it's not guaranteed for him to go bot here.
the enemy vision, then I would literally just be bot wasting my time while the enemy jungler can come back
That's
into
the
the game.
point. No, that's the whole point. Like, you clear this vision so that Lee Sin has to come bot. Lee Sin's not farming, you're not.
Yeah, I think this is where Seal is like, I feel like maybe Seal is just trying to, maybe not, he's kind of just like standing on what he's saying and not really wanting to be seen as wrong. But this is just like completely, in my opinion, is completely wrong.
Why does Lee Sin have to come bot, bro? Why would Lee...
If Lee Sin, on the other hand, right, if Hecarim plays on this freeze and he sees this, I still think this is rough for Lee Sin because he still has to potentially care about the bot dive, but he could potentially Raptors into Scuttle, into Grump, base, and then all he needs to do is wait for this wave to bounce. Then he needs to be on the dive. That's it.
Lee Sin go bot if he sees Hecarim there. So he sees Hecarim there, so now it's 3v3 bot. So Lee Sin has to...
Yeah, red side is winning in that situation just because of the fact that the wave is big, and Lee Sin is also 2-1.
go bot.
But, he shouldn't go bot either here.
If they shove the wave, like, he might have to cover a dive, but it's frozen.
Not farming, but they can't play. And they're just stuck in this weird spot here, and anytime they step up, they die, bro.
Exactly.
I'm
but
in
that's
true,
the
though.
point, right?
The game...
Bro, like this to me, man, is like the fundamental problem, man, with like pro play.
And this is also the problem with junglers getting comp tamed from coaches. You see this a lot happen where really, really good junglers out of solo queue, they get what I call comp tamed. They get tamed by coaches to not do like the play that's good for them. Depending on what meta it is, of course, at the highest level, this will work. At the highest level, you know, utility and playing for your win conditions is even more of a reason. But in this game, for this circumstance, it's wrong.
The game is so bad that enemy team in this game state in like a pro game would have to walk mid.
I think it's over.
Yeah, and that's what they did actually.
These two camps don't matter because you would clear this vision, you would clear this vision, and you'd sit in this bush and just kills them. Like the game is over here, no?
Yeah, and he loses his whole top side. And Lee Sin can carry this game. Why can Lee Sin not carry this game? He's as fed as Draven. Why can Lee Sin not carry this game? If Lee Sin gets Hecarim's whole top side and grubs, he can actually 1v9 the game.
I don't completely agree that Lee Sin 1v9s, but it's a better play than going to unfreeze this. Yeah, like I said, it's a better play for Lee Sin. Eags is correct here. It's a better play for Lee Sin if Hecarim runs here and shows on this ward. It's actually a better play for Lee Sin to say, okay, guys, sorry, I'm going to get as strong as I can, right? I mean, he could play on this freeze as well, and it's still, I mean, Hecarim shows here. This is different, right? So if Hecarim actually shows here, that's Hecarim making a mistake. Now Lee Sin can punish that for the opposite of what we've just been talking about, how Hecarim can punish Lee for showing here. Now Lee Sin can punish Hecarim for showing there. Get a few camps. Yes, this wave will be frozen, and continue to be frozen here. But now this just becomes kind of like, okay, how hard is this Draven going to carry? Especially freezing as well. You're not getting Dragon. I think this game could just become Lee Sin kind of versus Draven. And yeah, you would think that Draven wins that over Zeri. But again, the goal here is to get Dragons and snowball this game, because there is the potential, even if Zeri is not getting CS here, if this game goes long time, right, there's always potential of red side winning.
It's 1-1-1.
Like you're thinking about it from like a jungle perspective.
But I've already said what I think both teams should kind of do here. So I'm just going to listen on to what everyone else thinks now for this game. And I'll still,
Does he have smite?
Provide my input.
Is he a jungler then, if he has smite? I thought that, like, that's how you think, from a jungler's point of view. No flame to Chris. I like Chris. And what he said at the start of the video.
Yeah, no flame either. I agree with some of the stuff, but I think he's just trying to stand on his thing that he said initially, which I think is incorrect. He should have just said, you know what, actually, yeah, it's not really guaranteed. I think you guys are right. And that's something to also be, I mean, he may really believe that this is right. But I think you should, as a coach, should say, hey, you know, actually, I agree with you guys. It's fine to kind of drop your ego as a coach and say, yeah, okay, you guys are right. Actually, now that I think about it, this isn't really guaranteed. Hecarim should clear down. Boom.
It's 100% correct. Tarzan should play better. Like, move up in the brush, even Cheese. He's got sweeper as well, which is good. He's 100% right about that. That dive, though, how did none of them say to go on?
Stay top.
So I'm kind of curious to see actually what happens in this game.
If this is Han Sama, and Yaki, they're playing on this bot wave right now. They cleared this, they cleared this.
Right, though.
Yeah, I'm still going to disagree. I don't think, I mean, obviously,
He's right,
The
though.
retarded
I like this
summoner.
coach. I like
obviously at the highest level, there is potential for like a play here, because players will also execute better as well. Obviously, that's another conversation. That the execution is going to be a lot better, so this play becomes more guaranteed. So really all we're discussing here is how guaranteed is Hecarim running here and us winning the 3v3. That's all that's being discussed here. If this is 80% we win the 3v3 and the vision doesn't matter and XYZ doesn't matter, you know, maybe Yak and Han Sama are calling this and it works, right?
this
But what's really important as well is that the team plays on the same page. I can't stress that enough, right? Following the same call, if you've split calls, but you know, say Hecarim's call is the best play and Botlane's play is also the best play, but they split their calls, a suboptimal call that both teams are, that the team is playing towards is actually going to outweigh the two correct calls, so to speak, if that makes sense. Like being on the same page is an extremely important thing in competitive.
I do too. Guys, can we stop making comments towards each other? Like,
No, I mean, I've been like, I'm gonna take some blame.
And another thing I could say from my time working with in a pro team as a coach and as a player, is that reviews, although they can be quite, emotionally especially if you just played the game and now you're getting coaching, usually it is a good idea to kind of cool off, right? Obviously, this is still, I understand this is for entertainment purposes, but I'm just giving my kind of insight here. That if you feel like you can't review the game in a kind of neutral emotional state, then most likely it's not going to, the outcome that you want is not going to be there.
But like the way I got blamed for blaming people this
I don't care about politics. I'm just saying, like,
well, we're not talking to you about this, so I don't know why you're like incorporating yourself back.
Whoa, bro,
just
why
get the
is
result
it
back.
not
That's
me
right,
trying to
right.
help?
No, what the
but no, it doesn't matter.
Hey,
if
she's
you're
trying to help us
us,
by shit
though.
talking to me. That's true, actually.
No, but if you're Draven here, you would ask the same thing.
Bro,
Yeah. Again, I've already given my opinion of it.
like I'm telling Draven, bro, let me just take my top count so I don't lose them. We can still make the same play, bot. Just relax, yeah? Can you do that? Like,
I'm telling my Draven, hey, here's the game plan. I'm the jungler. Freeze bot. If Lee Sin wastes his time here, I'm gonna hard carry. Don't you worry. That's what I'm telling my Draven here.
just give me
If Lee Sin shows bot, I'm gonna get level 6, and trust me, I'm gonna use that advantage that I just made for myself. I'm gonna give that straight into your pocket. That's what I'm telling my Draven.
60 seconds and I'll be there. 60 seconds, bro. You can still hold the freeze and I'll be there for you, alright? Give me a big kiss.
Tarzan.
Yep,
Do
exactly.
the same thing, no?
Do the same. Be on the same page.
What happened? Tell me what I did wrong that pissed off Draven this
You
game.
read it, Draven.
Okay, so now we're going to the next round, right? That round is complete.
We have to
And I can see here that the grubs are being played around. So already, I don't really like the whole kind of now because of all this happened. Now we're looking at bot lane getting a freeze, and we're doing dragon, which is good, which is part of the game plan. I think that they should have never got
Yo,
this
if
freeze, to be
Draven
honest.
here,
But
you would ask the same thing.
Bro, like I'm
We'll see what
telling
happens
Draven,
now.
yeah?
Tell me what I did wrong that pissed off Draven this
so now the dragon is gone. So now the grubs are on the table. But I still think here, I see that they're fighting for the grubs, but I still think, okay, if the enemy bot lane wants to hold a freeze here, right? So let's see, what time does Hecarim's Grump spawn? His Grump spawns at, he took it at 4:15. If he's on time, then his Grump spawn will be at like 6:40, 6:50, right? If bot lane wants to hold this freeze the entire time, guess what should happen? We shouldn't care about these grubs. Obviously, we could fight it with Nautilus, right? But realistically as well, I don't actually think that these four, not including the 80 carries, I don't actually think that these 4 are actually hard winning against these 4, especially now Akali has 6. She's better than Talia. Lee Sin is stronger than Hecarim. So, like, for example, Akali is stronger in this Rift Herald fight than the Talia. Lee Sin is stronger than Hecarim. Nautilus is way stronger than Janna. And I think Gragas is stronger than Aurelia. Okay, I'm not sure like what items here. I'm just talking about usefulness in a team fight. Okay, they actually have a chance here again to actually win this fight. Is Grubs useful for the enemy team at all? No, of course not. They don't have any split pushes. Obviously, it's okay to get if it's efficient, whatever. I'm not discussing that. I'm just saying here again, after we make this play, right, Hecarim has some downtime here. He can take 1 Grub with Smite. That would be good. So right here, Hecarim should say, I'm going to take 1 Grub and full clear down, and guess what? If they want to freeze bot, I'm going to dive them. That's what should be getting communicated here. If they had the foresight to realize these Grubs are not useful. These Grubs are not useful in this game. They're kind of overhyped. I'm not sure what patch they're playing on either. If it's also the nerf Grubs, even more of a reason not to care about them. So I know what's going to happen here. Like, the Grub fight happens, whatever. I'm not sure exactly actually what happens. But I think even going for the whole fight here is bad. Okay, so they actually unfreeze the bot here. Let's see. Draven unfreezes it solo. I think this is kind of risky unless he sees everyone. And again, Nautilus actually I think he should be playing in lane here. I don't think he should run to Rift Herald. I think Hecarim should take 1, take his Grump, take his Wolves, dive bot. This is my opinion of this. Okay. I think this is up for debate, but I just think the Grubs are useless this game. And we want to still play towards our bot lane win condition. Bot lane still has no sums. I don't know how these guys are not getting repeat dove after what happened early game. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure how this is not just the game plan of this game to repeat dive bot and stack dragons. It's that simple.
That's
what? Okay.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen now with good teams, right? Janna could run here. Enemy bot could understand. Enemy blue side could understand that their team could go for this. Both supports could match. Botlane has a 1v1, whatever. If Janna shows bot here, Nautilus shows here, that's winning for blue side. There's lots of iterations that could happen here. I'm just going to base mine on what I think is the best play for blue side.
Okay, tell me what part of this game I fucked up your game. I really want to see it.
Here,
Obviously, Tarzan running bot, if this was the game plan to actually just play on bot, get some good trades, hook Zeri, make her low, make the conditions of the enemy bot lane low, this is the correct play. But again, it's all about doing the same play. So if the Rift Herald fight, I mean, if the Grub fight was suboptimal, which I believe it is, even if you do the same thing as a team, it's better than having a split call than thinking, okay, no, I want to go bot because I want to win lane. And then, Dantes is saying, no, I want to take the Grubs. This is bad.
Yeah,
That's what I'm asking for. I'm waiting for this moment.
Doing right now.
Wait, who are you to know who's playing?
Tarzan
who,
is
by
the
the way?
Nautilus.
I'm the
Okay,
Draven.
hold on.
I'm the
The Grubs, but like.
But here,
their own objective,
let's see what
100%
East has to
commit
say about
it, but you
this.
stay in fog, right? So Nort can go to Grubs, but like not in a way where you just 100% commit to it, but you stay in fog, right? So
Added to what I was saying, yeah, if the play is to go for Grubs, the whole point is to stay in fog. Try and not show. Don't hit the Grubs. Don't do anything like this. You literally just want to stay here and hook people that walk in here. That's your entire job. The entire reason you're doing Grubs as well is that you think that you win the fight. So be confident. Hook here, turn, get the Grubs. If they don't contest, not showing is good because now they don't know if you're bot or if you're at the Grubs. Good. Yeah. Added to what I said, this is correct from what Eags is saying.
So Nort should go like this through mid and sit here and wait. The only thing
Yeah,
you're
perfect.
scared of is Draven getting dove, right? That's the only thing. So Nort's like objective here is to maybe hover around Grubs. So let's just say like, how do I put it? Lee Sin doesn't contest the first Grub.
Yeah, and this is also another reason why I think Grubs is bad, right? Like, we don't care about Grubs as I've said. We care about this freeze as number one. If enemy bot wants to freeze, guess what? Zeri is getting dove after we clear down. If they want to freeze this, obviously the amount of time it takes for Ekram to do this, and obviously that freeze could be unfrozen or whatever. But the whole point is do this side as quickly as possible and play into bot. This is also seen as your weak side. This is weak side. So do your weak side, then clear into bot. Skip your strong side camps, which are these camps. Play on the bot wave timer. That's all we have to think about.
Honestly, after that, Nort should just run bot. So like you're there initially, and as soon as like your Hecarim's got at least one, you to bot. That's what like should be said here.
And that should happen. And then, right, we play for bot.
Because you want to protect Draven if he gets dove. Because
Dantes, right? This bot dive.
So I'm
But
kind
here
of
you
curious
should
to see
open
what
mid
happens now.
Why do you open bot?
yeah, 100% agree with this.
If we are looking just to take one grub and leave and do our clear down, I think that the Nort should go here. But it looks like we want to contest the grub. That's what actually ended up happening. So it's just two different calls, right? We need to be on the same page.
The wave is slow pushing. Wave is stacked on enemy.
I mean, wave is froze, but who gives a... Like, I would just, like, look to go to Grubs, like, through mid, and then you just wait, and then as soon as you know Hecarim is good, then you can come bot.
Tower, you just
Yeah, exactly. If the play is for the grubs, that's what Nautilus should do.
want to match numbers top. No?
You just here. Just sit here the whole time.
Like, why are you bot?
I mean,
How is that wave froze, by the way? What did they do here? Like, that's the more important question.
Yeah, as we saw, the Janna was free. That's what I said before. The Janna was freezing it, and that's when Nautilus should have just been helping push the wave instead of helping with Dragon.
As the least in super tr- that's like, and then you just wait, I would ask. So I would like, I don't want to call it like pivoting, but you're like flexing mid, and then you're just waiting in case like Lee Sin decides to go nuts at Grubs, and then you always come back bot, right?
slow
Yep.
push though. If you go back.
You can see Nautilus. You can just Giga Chad 1v2.
Unless Lee Sin and Janna shows, as I said, it's not something that you should do, I think.
Giga Chad 1v2, bro. Wait, what? What if Lee Sin's bot?
Unless you know exactly, like, you have a very good tracking of the Lee Sin this game, which I don't think that we are talking about Lee Sin at all in terms of, like, the review. You should definitely not play on, again, like, just, like, random flips. You should play on guaranteed plays always.
I can Lee Sin not gank on that wave. Like, if I'm a jungler there, bro, and I saw that wave, and
This is also another reason why we should not go for grubs. Nautilus should be going bot, because this is frozen. Hecarim should be using as much time as he can for the grubs, right? With Talia push. So you get one, you take your grump, like I said, clear down. Play on this freeze. If the enemy bot wants to freeze this for the next, minute, guess what? They're actually inting because we're just going to use that freeze to actually just push the wave in and dive.
has, I don't know if Draven has flash or not. Why can you not just gank bot here? You can just give up Grubs and just kill the Draven here.
So exactly what... Oh, okay, yeah, he's talking about Lee Sin, yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
for-
I mean, depending on how the red side is thinking here, Lee Sin going bot, he could say, okay, we're weaker on grubs, let's make a trade, right?
Oh, Jan
This could be a perfectly acceptable play for red side, saying, okay, we're going to give grubs, bot lane is frozen, let's go for the trade play.
kind of pulls the wave, bro. Okay.
And this is where, obviously, Tarzan should understand that the dragon is free, and beforehand, he should have just been helping to crash the wave completely. This wave needs to be pushed all the way in, and then he can go help on dragon or base or whatever.
Wait, why does Tarzan move here though? Right. So first thing is Tarzan, please don't move here. This is actually really good from Janna, but Zane should just like stay and make sure the range minions aggro the tower. That's all he has to do, and then he can move to dragon.
Yep, exactly. He just needs to push the wave in and then help the dragon.
It's quite interesting. Unless like they have to know Lee Sin's top to do this because Draven's in base. That's another important point to like say. As long as you know that Lee Sin's top,
As long as you know where the jungle is, exactly.
clear this is fine.
Lane, but like the way
Yeah, even that there, like how is there a freeze bot? Like no one even asked that question, right? Like surely if you're Draven, you're like, guys, why is my wave frozen?
I got blamed for blaming people this game, I didn't blame a single
Okay,
person.
hold on,
Look at
hold
Morris.
on.
I don't care about politics. I'm just saying like.
Well, we're not talking to you about this, so I don't know why you're incorporating yourself.
Whoa!
Right, no,
I mean, this was very entertaining. I won't lie when I watched it.
Bro, how fun is Ben, mate, the pacifier?
Helpless by shit talking to me. That's true, actually.
That's
What?
insane.
Okay, tell me what part of this.
And yeah, Nautilus should be in this brush here, just waiting here. That's it. That's all we've been. Oh my god, look at top. It's a tier Gragas. We have Aurelia level 6. Like it's just hard winning, right? If Nautilus here.
I would say this is just a 50-50 fight, depending on who has control. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna basically say is my opinion.
This game, I have up your game. I really want to see it.
Here,
I mean,
Because if Nautilus team has control, then they're getting the first move. This is where control is a very, very important concept. If red side has control, then it could just be, you know, face checking into Aurelia, getting a flank on the Talia, on the Hecarim. Hecarim's level 5. Gragas being in position to peel the Naut. It could just be, you know, it could be swung either way, depending on who has control.
I see we're getting up with like the Draven.
Again, I don't like the idea of going for this because we just have a hard winning play bot that completely destroys the game and snowballs us to end the game in like 25
But
minutes.
if like Lee's bot here and he decides to like gank on this,
Yes.
then does Draven
No, but-
not just like it?
Again, if they're looking to trade, then this is definitely an option for red side.
So die.
Yes, bro. Oh my god, man. What's happened to him?
yeah, but he's never gonna be bot. That's my point. If Drake,
Not sure why he can't be bot unless we know exactly where he is.
How is he not going to be bot, man?
Could easily be thinking about punishing the Draven no flash. Again, I'm not sure exactly if this is like bugged or not, but it looks like he has no flash here. Whenever someone has no flash, it puts a target on their head for the enemy jungle.
There is a wave frozen here. Why can he not be bot? And he should also think, like, if Lee Sin's smart here, he might think Nautilus will, like, flex towards Grubs.
like they
Yeah,
don't know-
exactly. If red side expect, so this is always about, you know, the push and pull of League of Legends. If you expect the enemy is going to like go for a dragon and you can't contest it, if you're weaker, then you should always look to do a trade play. Trade something back is always what you're looking to do. I tell my students and the people that I coach all the time, if you're weaker, look to trade. If you're stronger, look to match.
now position.
Okay, Hecarim played really well this game. I disagree. I want to know what part in this game Draven thinks I did stuff wrong so I can adapt for next time. That's all I
He
care
is
about.
going for
Okay, trying to, because there are some reviews where you just say, okay, let me just look at like how the Nautilus plays this game because we think that the Nautilus is the reason why we lost, right? There could be that kind of context in terms of a review.
Team, man. You remember when Ben was in my chat yesterday and he said, like, we're the normal team? Bro, you can not normal.
through it, bro. He's going for the place.
But I'm telling you
I
right
was
now.
hitting dragon while you got your reset. Sorry,
No,
they
he's
froze wave. I
trying to-
could have.
No, but no, I'm
Yeah, that's good, right? Here we go, the froze wave.
saying,
Oh,
okay, my Naut should be here. This should be mid here.
I've already said all my opinions of this.
And I was like, nah,
Um,
just stay bot.
No, we should open mid. We should
It's just doing the same thing, right? There's two plays, as I've said.
take grubs and then we should retake bot.
I would do one grub. Like, it just depends if Lee Sin's there, right? Because if he's not there, like, if there's potential for Draven to get ganked, that's why you have to communicate to Draven just to chill. It's really important.
Communicate exactly what the game plan is to get everyone on the same page, exactly.
Just because, like,
If you go for grubs, Draven chills. If you go for the bot dive, Draven and Nautilus play as aggressive as they can. Hecarim is trying to get one grub and clear down as fast as possible.
I don't really care about grubs on our comp though. No, who's on?
Okay, finally someone says it. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? We have differing opinions here, but we're not communicating it. So Tarzan is supposed to say here, guys, we don't care about grubs. Let's play bot. Do not take grubs here. Clear down and let's look to dive them bot. They have no flashes. If he had said this in the game and got everyone on the same page, or anyone, right, just some kind of communication flow, this would work out much better for the blue side. I've been saying it this entire game. No one said it in this review. I'm surprised both coaches have not said it. Being on the same page, right? It's not a question of who's right or who's wrong. It's a question of we can do one suboptimal play as a team and it can work out much better than splitting the call and doing two plays that we think is correct.
but when he shows on that wave, it's very different. Like, he could have got ganked before, which is what Dante said.
Silent Aurelia? They're full
no,
5v5 comp.
It's not that No, you just take every fight you can take because you're way stronger right now. Look at the champions. And
If that's your belief, if you believe that you're way stronger, then yes, you should take every fight. But to be honest, Draven should be the one that we're playing around with the fights. He's the one with the gold. He's the one with the BF sword pickaxe. We should be diving bot.
and you have numbers and you have tempo. The Janna has to be bot because enemy.
No, Janna does not have to be bot. That's definitely something that's wrong. If they're playing to trade, then Zeri is still, again, chilling. It's, again, the same thing. No one has to be anywhere, right? Like, Janna can be at this Grub fight. Same as Nautilus can be. There are some mind games, right? Janna runs to Grubs, Nautilus runs to bot, then the Zeri becomes diveable. Or he just has to give the wave and Botlane gets a lot and then they get the... So it's always a trade, right? Is it good for red side to trade Grubs for Zeri getting denied? He won't die. He should just leave and get denied like this much tower in a wave. Is that worth it for red side? They might say that it is. If they play on the same page, it could work out for them. There's no correct kind of like Janna has to be here. I disagree with that.
Not can be bot and the wave is slow pushing to Draven. So Draven just walks the bot.
And again, what I'm really kind of missing here is the fact that we're not talking about stacked, like in competitive, stacked waves are so much more important than you getting bounced into. This is like low kind of solo queue talk. Yeah, the wave is bouncing. This means it's gankable, right? But in competitive, it's the opposite. In competitive, wave is pushing. We use this push to dive or take dragon. It's the complete opposite in competitive. Sometimes you play on a freeze. Yes, I'm not saying it's black or white, but for most of the time, you're playing on building waves.
Put Janna here, like you could even just consider running to Grubs, you know, because bot is so cooked here. Like if you're Janna, you could just do the same thing and run to Grubs. Like who's gonna win this game, bro? If you're red team, I don't even know if you can fight Grubs. Honestly, it's just that cooked. It's the same thing, right? Like I've got a 0-2 Zeri. They'll probably diver. So Lee Sin either has to path bot or you go to Grubs with Lee Sin. Like you just play with Lee Sin here.
Yeah, you do the same thing. I agree with this. Either way, you do the same thing. You either play for the Draven kill. So jungle support should always be doing the same thing. Always. Jungle support is doing the same play. That is the #1 rule of competitive.
Lee Sin's gonna give up.
Sometimes there is some flexibility where support covers one area while the jungle kind of minimizes somewhere else. There are some things like that, but for most of the time, you're doing the same thing as your support.
Grubs, you're making some sort of play bot. Or if he's going to Grubs, then you can run there as well, right? If you're Janna. Like she doesn't actually have to be bot here.
Yeah, no one has to be anywhere.
Now it opens mid and then hovers a Hecarim. And then here you have numbers top side.
Okay, now
Just because Grubs is...
So I feel like this is pretty conclusive. I could, hear something more. And I think if I continue playing this game, the same things are going to say. I'll probably just conclude things here for this video. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what your opinions are in the comments. And if you like this kind of style of video from myself and from this channel, let me know in the comments below.
this is fucked right now.
Bro, what?
What's the fucking game? I'm not playing this!
No, listen, I'm gonna be honest, Himado, everyone here has taken steps towards improving their attitude and their gameplay. You're the only one that just
You are
refuses to do
so
anything.
fucking
Fuck
bad
yourself,
right
listen,
now.
listen,
So bad, you do ultra, absolutely nothing. For TF Blade goes jungle first time and out impacts you in every scenario. Isn't that insane?